distracted with comics and jokes.
After school, Park walks her partway home, making sure she's safe. Hey guys, it's Marissa.
It's Cameron.
And we're back for the second out of 3 podcasts of Eleanor and Park.
Today we have our special featured guest, Miss Macaroni.
Hey. Yeah. This is Macaroni
She's
herself.
Camera shy. But she's a cuddle
But
bug.
she's
And
gorge.
We love her so much. Look at that lighting, dang.
She's a pretty hero.
Okay, anyways, let's get into it. Okay, chapter 21 opens with Eleanor and Park still glued together on the bus. Same seat, same routine, zero shame.
Everyone knows there's a thing now. Like, it's obvious.
Park walks Eleanor to her classes and basically scares off the world just by existing.
At Eleanor's house, Richie is still yelling, swearing, and making everything tense. No surprise there.
Eleanor shows up to school looking exhausted, and Park notices something's off right away.
He walks her home after school and sees how bad it actually is.
Richie starts yelling while Park is there, while it is super awkward and also awful.
Park doesn't step in, but he witnesses it, and that matters.
The chapter ends with Park realizing Eleanor's home life is way worse than he thought.
Like, that is not just bus drama anymore. Chapter 22. So it starts on the bus the next morning. Eleanor feels awkward about what happened at Park's house yesterday. So basically, Eleanor went to Park's house and she just really felt like the mom hated her and she cried and left.
So the next morning on the bus, Steve starts a stupid chant about Go Big Red, basically mocking Eleanor, and Park loses it.
Outside the bus, Park confronts Steve and kicks him in the mouth. He actually tells Steve to leave his girlfriend alone.
School gets involved. Park and Steve both get suspended. Park for 2 days, Steve for 2 weeks.
Park's mom refuses to pick him up, so his dad shows up instead, impressed by the fight and the move Park used.
At home, Park's mom is furious and grounds him, but Park still calls Eleanor his girlfriend.
When Eleanor brings Park's things to his house, his dad invites her in and tells her to meet Park.
Park's face is all bruised. They talk a bit, and by the end, they're still solid, even though Park is grounded. Chapter 23. Park is still grounded after fighting Steve. Remember Steve, his supposed best friend?
He's proud he stood up for Eleanor, though.
Everyone at school knows what happened. Rumors are everywhere.
Eleanor's friend Denise and BB can't stop talking about it.
Park's mom isn't happy. She criticizes Eleanor, actually.
His dad talks to his mom, and Park's grounding gets lifted.
His dad even suggests inviting Eleanor over for dinner.
Park's excited, even if his mom isn't thrilled.
Chapter 23 is fights, rumors, and small ones for Park and Eleanor.
Chapter 24 starts with Park inviting Eleanor over to his house. Huge move.
She comes over after school, meets his parents, and yes, it's awkward but polite.
Park's mom instantly is nice, feeds her, and treats her like a normal human being.
Park and Eleanor hang out in his room, listening to music and reading comics.
Nothing wild happens, but it's the first time Eleanor gets to just exist somewhere peacefully.
No yelling, no Richie, no chaos.
They sit close, share stuff, and don't get caught somehow.
Afterward, Park walks her home like always.
Chapter 24 is basically Eleanor discovering that calm houses are real.
And Park's house becomes the new safe spot for her. Chapter 25. It starts on the bus the next morning.
Eleanor is quiet and distant, resting her head on Park's shoulder.
Park notices but doesn't mention dinner or anything from before.
At school, she stays mostly to herself, avoiding trouble.
Park walks her to her locker, keeping an eye on her.
Eleanor thinks about Richie and how scary home life can be.
She remembers when he threw her out over her typewriter.
On the bus ride home, Park tells her he's not grounded anymore.
He invites her over, but Eleanor just says she's tired.
Chapter 25 is basically bus rides, quiet moments, and Eleanor's life at home looming. Chapter 26 starts with Eleanor and Park now fully acting like a couple. No confusion, it's official.
They sit together on the bus, walk together at school, and basically move as one unit.
Eleanor keeps going over to Park's house after school, which becomes their main hangout spot.
They listen to music, read comics, and spend a lot of time sitting very close.
Park's parents are around, but also not really paying attention.
At school, people are definitely noticing them more. Whispers, looks, the usual.
Tina still exists, so that's a threat.
Nothing explodes yet, but everything is clearly changing.
Chapter 26 is basically them settling into being a couple.
Calm, which means the book is about to cause problems.
Chapter 27. Eleanor is stressed as she heads to school.
On the bus, she sits with Park, like usual.
They trade comics, quietly reading and laughing at each other's parts.
Some kids whisper about the Steve fight, but Park ignores them.
Eleanor talks a little bit about the problems at home with Richie.
Park listens and tries to keep her distracted with comics and jokes.
After school, Park walks her partway home, making sure she's safe.
Park listens, they laugh a little over silly comics lines to lighten the mood.
Eleanor heads home, thinking about how tense life is with Richie.
Chapter 27 is comics, jokes, and Eleanor navigating her rough home life. Chapter 28. Park calls his mom to say Eleanor is coming over after school.
On the bus, Eleanor is nervous. Park talks comics to distract her.
They get to Park's house. Eleanor is unsure about his mom.
At first, she's tense, but they sit and watch TV together.
Park invites Eleanor back again later in the week.
On Saturday, his dad invites her to stay for dinner, and she says yes.
After dinner, they watch a movie with his family.
When it's time to leave, Park walks her out.
Between his grandparents' house and the RV, Park tells Eleanor he'll lose his mind if he doesn't get to kiss her.
They share their first kiss there, outside, not inside the house.
Chapter 28 is dinner, movie, and finally the kiss before Eleanor goes home.
Chapter 29. Eleanor walks to school, thinking about the kiss.
On the bus, she sits with Park as usual.
They read comics together, quietly sharing lines and jokes.
Other kids notice them but don't say anything.
At school, Eleanor stays mostly to herself, trying not to get noticed.
Park watches out for her, making sure she's safe from teasing or attention.
After school, he walks her partway home again.
On the way, they talk quietly about music and comics.
Eleanor makes it home safely, and they plan to meet again soon.
Chapter 29 is bus, comics, quiet jokes, and Eleanor navigating school life after their kiss. Chapter 30 starts with Eleanor and Park back on the bus. Their usual don't talk, just exist together mode.
At school, Eleanor notices that the other kids are starting to leave them alone. Progress!
Park walks her to class again like a tiny, quiet bodyguard.
After school, Eleanor heads over to Park's house as usual. His parents are chill, letting them hang out without supervision.
They spend hours listening to music, reading comics, and making plans that are basically don't get caught.
Eleanor's stepdad Richie is still causing tension at home, so Park's place continues to be the escape zone.
No major fights, no school drama, just small, safe moments building their relationship.
Chapter 30 is basically quiet victories, and honestly, that's enough for now.
Safe bubble continues until the next plot twist.
Chapter 31. Eleanor and Park continue to navigate school life together.
On the bus, they sit together and trade comics, which strengthens their bond.
Their quiet jokes and laughter show they can create a little safe space with amidst chaos.
Some kids notice them, hinting that their relationship is starting to be visible at school.
At school, Eleanor avoids attention, showing how tense home life is still.
Park keeps an eye on her, highlighting his protective and supportive role.
Walking home together, they talk about music and comics, small moments that matter for trust.
Eleanor makes it home safely, reminding us how risky her family situation can be.
Chapter 31 is basically safe moments on the bus, building trust, and Eleanor relying on Park.
Chapter 32. Eleanor's on the bus, sitting with Park like always.
They trade comics and whisper jokes, trying not to get noticed.
Like always. Some kids are staring, but Park's all ignore them vibes.
Eleanor spots a new kid on the bus, giving her side-eye. Classic awkward.
Park distracts her with the comic page in a funny line.
At school, Eleanor mostly keeps her head down and avoids attention.
Park walks with her partway home, talking quietly about music and comics.
They laugh a little over silly lines in the comics.
Chapter 32 is comics, quiet jokes, and Park being her low-key hero. Chapter 33. It's Christmas Day. No school, no bus, just holiday chaos.
Eleanor sleeps until noon, like actual noon. Her mom tries to wake her for Christmas dinner.
Her whole family's eating turkey, potatoes, and fancy stuff, like a normal Christmas.
But then Richie loses it over no pumpkin pie and throws the rice pudding at the wall. Yep, pudding.
He storms out to buy pie, leaving the family staring at the mess.
Meanwhile, Park also sleeps in. It's Christmas. He gets clothes and gift cards, but he's mostly thinking about Eleanor.
He's not even excited about driving yet. Bus time with Eleanor means everything to him.
They've been talking about heavy stuff lately, like her home life and Richie's control.
Chapter 33 is holiday dinner chaos, throne pudding, and both of them missing each other on Christmas.
Chapter 34. Christmas vacation continues, and this chapter is not about the bus.
Eleanor gives Park the Catcher in the Rye as his present, and she wrote a secret message inside.
Park gives her 2 gifts, perfume from his mom and a silver pansy necklace from himself.
He's nervous she won't like it because jewelry is way more public than comics.
But she does like it, and Park fastens the necklace around her neck.
They play cards in Park's kitchen while his mom chats with Eleanor about Christmas dinner.
Eleanor talks a bit about her holiday tradition, turkey, and all of that.
She spends most of break at Park's house, but tells her mom she's at Tina's.
At school afterward, some kids start noticing them more. Even Tina mouths a rude name at Eleanor.
Cal even teases Park about their relationship. Everyone kind of knows now.
Chapter 34 is basically gifts, secrets, cards, and the necklace that really marks where they are.
Chapter 35. School starts again after Christmas break.
Kids are whispering about Eleanor and Park. Everyone knows they're a thing now.
Tina mouths insults at Eleanor, showing school drama is still real.
Cal teases Park in the hallway, proving rumors traveled that fast.
On the bus, Eleanor and Park trade comics and quietly joke to avoid attention.
Eleanor notices some new kids staring and making her feel nervous.
Park distracts her with funny comic lines, keeping their connection alive.
After school, they walk home together, still talking about music and comics.
Chapter 35 is school gossip, teasing, and Eleanor plus Park protecting their little world together.
Chapter 36. Eleanor finds herself trapped in Richie's chaotic house over break.
He's in a bad mood, yelling over stupid stuff, making Eleanor tense.
Meanwhile, Park sneaks her notes and gifts, little ways to keep her connected to him.
They share a quiet comic moment when Eleanor reads a funny line and hides a laugh.
Park worries about her, thinking of the ways to make her sure she's okay without getting caught.
Eleanor clings to the tiny moments with him. It's her only escape from Richie's control.
This chapter is tense at home, but shows how strong their bond is growing despite the danger.
Chapter 36 is Richie's chaos, hidden comics, and Park being her safe bubble in a stormy world. Chapter 37. Eleanor is so over never having a moment alone with Park, and she actually says it.
She even considered sneaking out to see him, but it was way too cold, and her mom would totally notice.
And get this, her mom already found her makeup from Park's house, so Eleanor has to lie and say it came from Tina's mom.
Meanwhile, Park's rocking eyeliner at school, and even Denise and BB, thinks he looks extra cool.
Eleanor actually thinks Park looks like himself, with the volume turned way up.
Park is also dealing with stuff at his house. His dad still won't talk to him, and he worries it's slowly down getting his driver's license.
But Eleanor comforts him, saying his dad still loves him even if he's silent.
Oh, and Park's mom continues loving on Eleanor, doing little beauty touches and genuinely liking her more every day.
Chapter 37 is no alone time yet. Makeup drama, cool eyeliner energy, and them trying to stretch every minute they get together.
Chapter 38. This one hits hard. It's all about secrets starting to unravel.
It's Wednesday, the worst day of the week for Eleanor because Park has taekwondo and she has to go straight home.
It's freezing outside, so Eleanor and her siblings are stuck inside, cooped up in her room.
Then the bomb drops. Her little sister Macy tells Eleanor that she and the other kids already know she has a boyfriend.
Eleanor doesn't want anyone to tell her mom. She knows Richie will absolutely flip if he finds out.
Macy and Ben don't squeal, but they do want something from Eleanor in return if they're keeping her secret.
Eleanor realizes she can't take them with her when she goes to see Park, but she does let them borrow her comics and makeup for now.
Meanwhile, Park is having a rough Wednesday too. His dad still won't talk to him, even at dinner or taekwondo.
He keeps wearing eyeliner to school, even though his dad clearly doesn't approve of it.
By the end of the chapter, Eleanor knows her secret isn't safe anymore, and she's running out of time to keep her relationship with Park hidden.